Former President Donald Trump's arraignment in a Miami court yesterday afternoon marked the beginning of the court proceedings on his federal indictment. This second indictment has laid out 37 federal charges against him, including obstruction and unlawful retention of defense information for storing dozens of classified documents at his Florida resort and refusing to return them to the FBI and the National Archives. Trump has pleaded not guilty to all of these allegations. Along with him, Walt Nauta, his former aide, has also been charged on 6 counts. So why has Donald Trump been indicted yet again just months after his first indictment for allegedly paying hush money to porn actress Stormy Daniels? What are the charges against him this time and his aide? Let's break it down in this video. This time, Donald Trump has been indicted on charges for his alleged handling of classified information while he was not occupying the highest office in the country. He is facing 37 charges this time. The charges include willful retention of national defense information, conspiracy to obstruct justice, withholding a document or record, and several more. This indictment is also being referred to as the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. Mar-a-Lago is the name of Donald Trump's 20-acre estate in Florida where he stayed after his presidential tenure ended. During his 4-year tenure as the United States President, Mar-a-Lago was often described as the Winter White House. Trump is reported to have spent all or part of 142 days of his presidency at the resort, which he reportedly visited 32 times. The unsealed indictment states that he also took some classified documents with him there after leaving the White House. The US federal law requires outgoing presidents to turn over all classified documents to the National Archives and Records Administration, or the NARA. In May 2021, NARA discovered that certain records were missing during Trump's tenure as the president, so they requested Trump to return them. Trump's attorneys turned over 15 boxes of records that included 184 documents that were said to be classified. Later, NARA referred the matter to the Justice Department and the FBI began probing the case in February 2022. Investigators who went to visit the Mar-a-Lago weeks later to collect the records were given 36 documents and a sworn statement from Trump's lawyers attesting that the requested documents had been handed over. But that assertion turned out to be false. With a search warrant, federal officials returned to Mar-a-Lago in August 2022 and seized over 33 boxes and containers totaling 11,000 documents from a storage room and an office, including 100 classified documents. Roughly 300 documents with classification markings were recovered from Trump's house. Following this, the Justice Department started investigating whether these classified materials were also mishandled by him. Trump, on his part, has denounced the investigation as politically motivated and has downplayed the significance of handling those documents. He maintains that he had the right to take some documents from the presidential office and that he did nothing different than what Joe Biden and Mike Pence did. Both Biden and Pence did indeed have classified documents in their possession after leaving office, but circumstances around them were vastly different from the situation involving Trump. After classified documents were found at Biden's think tank and Pence's Indiana home, their lawyers had notified authorities and had quickly arranged for them to be handed over, besides authorizing searches by federal authorities. But Trump did neither of these. His aide, Walt Nauta, has been charged on a total of 6 counts. The charges against him include conspiracy to obstruct justice, withholding a document or record, corruptly concealing a document, and concealing a document in a federal investigation, all of which carry maximum prison sentences of 20 years. 2 other charges, scheme to conceal and false statements and representations, carry maximum sentences of 5 years in prison. Prosecutors allege that Trump had directed Nauta to move boxes of documents to conceal them from Trump's attorney, the FBI, and the grand jury. They allege that Trump and Nauta hid, concealed, and covered up from the FBI Trump's continued possession of documents with classification margins at the Mar-a-Lago club. All eyes are now on the courts, where the Justice Department is expected to push to have a trial wrapped up as quickly as possible before the 2024 election, for which Trump is a contender. But it may actually be months before Trump's trial eventually begins, and his lawyers will have to defend him on all of 37 charges if Donald Trump is to avoid prison this time.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.